back to the Obviously Complicated podcast. As always, I am your host, Dave Borowski, here with your co-host, Stevie Schaefer, and our first guest in a while, Mr. Tony Cruz.
Hey.
Tony Cruz, let the people know where they can find your stuff right off the bat.
You can find me on Instagram at Tony Cruz Comedy 13 _ and you can find me on Spotify at Tony's Open Mic Podcast, where I had you on as a guest.
Yes, you did. How long ago was that? It was like almost a year.
While. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Stevie, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Made for Stevie Movie.
Because you're clever.
Because I'm very clever.
And you can find me at Dave Borowski on Instagram and right here on YouTube where you're watching this right now. Hell yeah. Cool. Thanks for coming out and doing this, bud. It's been a while.
Hell yeah, man.
I feel like I ran into you at the Slaughterhouse mic briefly. Woodrow's, yeah. And
I was like fucking
months ago.
Damn near last on the list, but it was the time that Kill Tony was taking a break.
Yeah.
But I'm actually not signing up for Kill Tony right now, so yeah.
Yeah, why is that?
You're
Just
taking
having
a break.
fun. Yeah, I'm just having fun, man. I feel like I'm tired of wasting my Monday. You know, I feel like you sit there for 5-6 hours because you sign up at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
It don't start till 8:30, and I mean, it goes until 10:30 damn near, and so it's like there's no sense of wasting a whole Monday when you could be getting up 4 or 5 times. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I sign up sporadically.
yeah,
And it's weird. It's like I won't sign up for months and then I sign up again and I last fucking pull.
yeah.
It's very strange.
Some people got that luck, dude. Dude, I talked to a guy that's been signing up 4 fucking years and never got on, and I was like, hold the fuck up. I was like, I don't want to end up like that. Imagine being in the same point of life 4 fucking years and you're still signing up.
Yeah.
Like you haven't progressed. You're still signing up for Kill Tony 4 fucking years.
That's wild.
That's bullshit. Like, dude, you could be doing so much more in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Instead of relying on 1 minute on fucking Kill Tony.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people being pretty vocal about how they think it's a really bad format.
I think it's a great format. I just feel like it's the show has got it's changed.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
In what way?
It's just like I don't know. It feels like it's more diluted. Like yeah, like there's just I don't know.
I feel like it's
I feel like True Talent doesn't get really recognized in the show.
Not anymore. Not like it used to, at least. I mean, I've been on twice. And the second time I got Secret Show, I got passed at Sunset because of it. So I mean, it helped. I got the Kill Tony bump, as it were, or whatever what people call it. And I mean, it helped my career a little bit, but I was already starting to kind of pick up momentum.
Yeah.
That just kind of sort of pushed me over the edge. I had just gotten past it, the Velve and Roscoe's, so I was already kind of starting that like thing, and then Kill Tony was Kill Tony, so it was like, oh, now you got this viral clip out there, and all this stuff. So,
that's a big deal here in Austin, man. Like,
Yeah.
that fucking joke book matters. Like, there's the Big Book Club, there's the, if you get the pass at the mother, or, the secret show invite or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's awesome. I think it's a good opportunity for comedians that are new to town or that haven't been on Kill Tony yet.
Right.
I've already been on twice, and to me, both my times went good.
Yeah.
Even though Tony, me and him, he wasn't a big fan of me as an individual. I did get the Kill Tony bump. People recognized me from there. I got booked a lot because of Kill Tony. So it's like I could keep signing up and try to go for number 3 and try it there, but I can just continue doing what I'm doing and just keep working and keep getting better. And, go from trying to work on, because now I got 15 minutes. Now I want to get to 30 minutes eventually. So it's like the only way I'm gonna do that is if I'm hitting the stage and hitting mics.
Right.
Not if I'm fucking wasting a whole Monday.
Right.
Fucking signing up for Kill Tony and just worrying about that. I do plan on signing up again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm thinking I think I'm gonna take a break until the HEB Center because they're doing that again in New Year's.
Okay.
So I think I'm just gonna focus on that. And then maybe after the HEB Center, maybe I'll sign up again, keep signing up on Mondays again. I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna take a break for a little while.
Yeah, I feel like And I was talking to Celia Contreras,
Yeah.
who Kill Tony changed her life.
Yeah.
You know,
Completely.
that she's a really good example of a great comic that deserved the success that she got from that. It just has like turned into a headline or touring comic overnight because.
But she deserved it. Now,
Yeah.
she already she was fucking ready for it, dude.
Yeah.
She there's some people that get on there and you see this I hate to be. I'm not talking shit. I'm not throwing shade, but you see there's some people that get up there. They do a great minute. And then they go out there and they come back out and it's like, oh, that's not their next minute's not so great. Well, they only had
They got that
a
one
little
minute.
bit.
3 jokes, yeah.
That's it. They didn't have a whole bunch. Celia, on the other hand, she could probably do a fucking hour. You know what I'm saying?
She
So,
does, yeah.
Yeah.
She does 45 minutes to an hour most times when she's on the road,
Yeah.
and you know, it's incredible. I mean, she's been doing it for close to 9 years now.
Yeah.
Me and her got really, really close after I did her podcast where I just talked about all of my trauma
Yeah.
for
What's that one called again?
surviving with Celia.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's a great podcast. Shout out to the birthday boys, JP and Eric Biggs.
Oh, I'm gonna be on that.
This Wednesday, yeah, your first
Wednesday.
outside of this podcast appearance. Well, technically you've appeared on.
I did like
birthday
a sort of
guest spot.
guest spot for like half of a Birthday Boys episode, but
That's cool.
they asked me to be on this week, and they're gonna do like a little bit of a different format because
They do
I
games
talked-
too, don't they?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
sometimes and that's what they're gonna do. We're gonna do like something like an hour, and the first 30 minutes or so is gonna be like we're gonna do improv shit. Because I've talked to JP. Shout out JP and Eric. They're really nice guys.
They're awesome.
About like doing an improv class or something like that to sort of broaden. Well, for me, it's to broaden
Just
my.
when you go on stage, if you want to instead of doing improv class, just start your set by humping the stool, and that will get you as comfortable on stage that you need to be. Even if you don't have a joke to say while you're doing it, just start your first minute fucking the stool,
Okay.
and then go into your material.
Is this a
That's
thing
all
you've
the
done
improv-
from experience?
Yeah, I've done that from experience. For like a week, I was just going on stage and I would fuck the stool. And I wouldn't say shit for like 2 minutes, and then I'd go into my set just to get the jitters off, you know.
Yeah.
I used to deal with
And
bad anxiety on stage, and now I have none. I have no anxiety.
So
Oh, that's
that
awesome.
cured it.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, it's great. Like,
Wow.
go up there and make an ass of yourself. Like, do
Yeah.
the most embarrassing shit that you can think of on stage, and then after that, you're like, oh, there's nothing to be feared.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
No, that's wild. It's a
Yeah.
funny
Keep that in
way
mind.
to.
No, it's just it worked for me. I mean, to each their own, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still sometimes am nervous right as I'm walking out on stage.
Yeah.
Some people say that never goes away. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I wasn't that nervous when I started doing comedy because I was pretty comfortable on stage already.
Yeah.
You know, being in punk rock bands and stuff. It is different though. It's much scarier than that. But I feel like every time I get that first laugh, then it, like all of the anxiety peels away, and I'm just excited to be there.
That kind of happened to me the first time I did it, because I've always had stage fright and like pretty bad anxiety, and something about just like it's like you're expected to be goofy, and when people started laughing, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
Face a little more than I thought. I was gonna
honestly,
pass out.
even more so than me, we have Mr. Tony Cruz to thank for the fact that you do stand-up comedy now.
Yeah, you were the driving force for me. I will always be grateful to you for
I
that.
always like to encourage people to do something, you know. And if you wrote some good jokes that what was that? I think it was
Poke the Bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Poke the Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, you should just try it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, well, we got our team won, and 3 of the winning jokes were
Hers,
Stevie's
yeah,
jokes,
Yeah.
and so we got the spot, Ty's place.
Yeah. They still doing Poke the Bear and all that?
Poke the Bear, I think, is on a temporary hiatus. Ty's trying to figure out if he wants to run it again, or if for a while it was Victor Martinez Jr. and Dane Lyon that were running it at Roscoe's. And they were a fun pair to run it too, but it wasn't really selling tickets. It was mostly just like a glorified open mic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, That's understandable. It's one of my favorites, though. I love the format. It's
Oh,
so
it's
fun.
such a fun format.
Yeah.
It's
always fun.
one of the most inventive, show ideas that I've seen.
And you get a potential booking out of it, So like
Yeah.
you win, you get a spot. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, and so they changed it from
that's right.
just being your whole team gets to do it at Ty's place, the spot.
Now you have to fight to the death in the winter.
Well, yeah, there's
Hell yeah.
so it's like one person out of your team gets a guest spot on a house produced show.
I've been thinking, what should we do with all these comedians that are moving here? Like, we should literally have like a coliseum where if there's two comedians that have the similar styles, they should have to fight to the death.
Oh, like gladiators.
Yeah, and the winner gets to be a comedian. The loser is dead. So,
Which is pretty fun.
which is like, that's your sacrifice. So, doesn't Satan like that? So we can just go into that and just do human sacrifice, and then your career will just go blow up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should just figure something out because, dude, it is getting super saturated with comedians. I see so many fucking comedians in line of open mics and shit, and I'm like, why? Why are you here? Go somewhere else.
Well,
Boston is not for you.
Yeah.
Go to LA. Go to New York. Those are way better scenes. Texas sucks. All right, Texas is a shithole. You don't want to move here. It fucking blows. Good God, get the it's crazy.
I mean, I don't disagree with.
I'm joking.
I know you're.
It's all right. We're both from here. We can be a little.
You guys can talk shit on Texas, but the moment I do it, it's heresy.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, don't. Just don't.
I don't like it.
I do. I mean, speak freely, man. Fuck
No, I honestly, I wish that, the city was more urban, had better, infrastructure and shit, you know
I
what I mean?
mean, to be fair, you're not the only one who wishes that Austin had better infrastructure. Everybody in Austin wishes Austin had better infrastructure.
Yeah.
I
But,
literally
you
took
know.
back roads to get here because if I would have took the interstate, I would have got here at 6:15. But I took because I live now north. I don't live at the same spot as we did the podcast.
Oh, yeah, you moved?
Yeah,
Oh.
so I moved. I live 8 miles north from downtown now.
Oh shoot! What part of town?
Highland area.
Oh, okay.
So I took a back road and took Airport Boulevard all the way down. Dude,
Yeah.
skipped all the fucking traffic on I-35.
I tell him sometimes. I'm like, we could not get on 35
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
We don't
dude,
have to.
yeah,
we don't have
35,
to.
fuck 35.
we
She
could
hates
not go
35.
that way.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, man, and it's crap.
Yeah, it does suck. I miss 95.
I was driving you to work the other day, and I was like, somebody just got into a wreck right there, like 3 cars.
Well, the northern and southern
Northwest South,
sections
I've
of
seen it.
35 outside of Austin are 2 of the most dangerous sections of a highway in the whole country.
Yeah.
They're top 5.
Not surprising.
3 of the top 5 most dangerous sections of highway
Or in Texas.
in Texas, yeah.
Yeah.
The other
Shout
2
out
are
to
in
Texas.
California.
Drive fast in
Oh,
a big
yeah.
truck.
Cut people off.
Cut people
Wave your
off.
gun around.
yeah. Oh man, no, it is wild because I've been here 2.5, a little over 2.5 years,
Yeah.
and there is, it's like every 6 months there's a whole new batch of fucking open micers.
No.
It's wild, you know.
There's some
are-
good ones.
Do they
there's some good
stay?
ones,
Are they
but-
coming and staying? Like when there's a new batch, you guys might understand this better, but do they stay?
Some of them.
Some
Or
of
are
them,
they? Is it a rotating?
some of them try and fail,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
they go
Some of
back.
them run out of money, and
Yeah.
they have to go back
Yeah.
home. So it's like, yeah, it's a rotating. I notice there's a lot of rotating comedians. Like some stay 6 months, some stay a year, and then they move on, and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah, there was it was crazy. I just saw.
And some come back, like Drew Santana. I don't know if you know him,
Oh, no, Drew. Yeah.
but he went away for a little bit. Now he's back. So it's
Mhm.
like some.
Rich Hirschberg.
Yeah.
He moved back to PA and now he's back.
Yeah. He's
yeah.
funny.
He's really
He's
good.
funny.
I was surprised that he left because I was like, dude, you're this
Yeah.
close to making it, man.
Yeah.
But it was wild. One of the guys who was a complete prick to me when I first started in the open mic scene here. I just got here. Didn't know me from Adam, whatever. It was just kind of a cocksucker to me.
Who was he so we can beat the shit out of him?
I'm
Put
not
him on
gonna
blast. Let's dox him.
I'm not gonna say who it was.
We'll
on here.
follow him home. And,
I'll just say his first name rhymes with Laxton.
okay.
The guy was a complete jerk to me for a while, and then I think it was my first Kill Tony appearance. I started getting booked. It was months after that. Still, he was not cool. And then I just saw him doing a showcase at Roscoe's, and he was so nice to me. Remembered my name, and was like, "Oh, hey man, it's good to see you." And I was just like, "Good to see you too, man."
Yeah.
You're on the show? Cool, man. That's good.
Yeah.
And I could tell that he wanted to be like, "Sorry, I was such a piece of shit."
Okay, so I've had corporate jobs, and there's been I've heard this from other people at work, and this is before I got into comedy. Some people will be mean to you when you're first hired because they don't think you're gonna make the cut.
Right.
They see you and they're like, this dude ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
So why should I befriend somebody that's probably not gonna be here in fucking 6 months or a year?
Right.
So I can understand having a cold shoulder towards somebody that's probably that you may not, that maybe you're just tired of fucking meeting people. Because I get that way too. I'm
Yeah,
like, dude,
yeah,
I get
that's fair.
tired of fucking, what's your name, how you doing, where you from, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Because you get tired of the same conversation over and over again.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like I can understand like that, but if you can tell somebody's not going away, and you can tell that they don't give a fuck about whether you like them or not.
Mhm.
At some point you got to be all right. Well, there's this dude. He's got to be a genuine dude or something because he's still here.
Right.
So it's like, yeah. So maybe he realized, oh, this dude's serious.
Well, I think he moved back home before my second Kill Tony appearance, and I had that big pop.
Yeah.
When I started.
And some
working
people
with,
just care about status. Once they
Yeah.
see you do something, then they're like, oh, now we can be buddies because.
Because you're somebody, you might have connections.
Yeah, because you have
I don't
some
like
sort of
that.
contribution.
To me, that's shitty.
appreciate- yeah.
To me, that's shitty.
Yeah, I'm
but
not a big
I
fan of
understand
either.
what you're saying about like that, just getting burnt out on there being so many people. But at the same time, I think it's not that hard not to be a jerk. Anyway,
Yeah.
you don't have to you don't have to stand there and talk to me for 20 minutes, but you don't have to be rude or be a jerk. Like you can be distant, like, oh hey, how you doing, whatever. I've actually got somewhere to be right now, but nice to meet you, whatever.
Yeah.
That's totally understandable and fine. I don't think that you have to be a jerk about it, though. Yeah, no, it's not. It's
You don't have to be a dickhead.
yeah.
Well,
maybe it's harder for some people than others to not be a jerk, but I don't think it's that difficult. I don't
Well,
think it's that much to I think that's the basic,
Yes, ma'am.
like.
Stevie's like, these motherfuckers, no.
like,
Yeah.
like how
Have you ever had
the same
somebody?
people,
Have you
like-
ever had somebody kind of be a dick to you?
Well, I mean, I was
I've had a few.
around the scene before I was doing comedy, and nobody was actively a jerk to me. Just people would completely ignore me. It was like I did not exist. Like they would come up, talk, Dave. I'm standing right there, nothing, nothing.
Well, you got to also realize a lot of these comedians don't know how to interact with women. So they see a girl and they're like, "Oh, girl, Dave, how you doing, Dave? No, don't make eye contact. No, don't know how to
that's
do it."
so wild. I've seen
that's
people
that
on
too,
I've
yeah.
seen people on stage and they're really funny, a little bit even charismatic or something, and then they get off stage and I'm like, good set, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, they just came in their pants. Like, oh my God, she talked to me. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, for instance, now that I'm kind of a guy or whatever in the scene,
Yeah.
people actively seek me out to come talk to me to ask.
Well, you're
if
sexy.
Well, I'll take
True.
it. For instance, my buddy Luke, he moved here and was like, "That's the guy I need to be friends with." I didn't know this guy from Adam, and he was already a fan of my comedy, knew who I was, sought me out, and was like, "You're Dave with the green hair from Roscoe's. You need to watch my set." And I was like, "Okay." Why? Who are you?
Yeah.
He was like, a buddy of mine told me that you're the guy. Go dark if you're here. And I was like, okay. Well, I mean, I like dark comedy. Cool.
Oh yeah.
And with before he even really knew me, I think he saw me do 5 minutes at the Roscoe open mic. He was like, "Do you want to go on tour with me?" And I was like, "Well, I would love to go on tour." And he was like, "I was a a booker for the Dark Hour at Looney's back in Colorado Springs. I can set up a weekend where you can headline these shows, and I'll come feature for you or whatever.
Yeah.
He just got on Kill Tony, got Secret Show, got passed as an honorary member of the Legion of Skanks because all the Skanks were on. So now, and so he is.
I think I know what Luke you're talking about. With
Curly
the-
mustache? Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's very funny.
Yeah.
Nice guy
I
too.
did a show with him
Great
in San
dude,
Antonio.
also.
He
Oh,
killed.
nice.
Yeah, he's absolutely awesome. So I booked him on No Offense. I was like, well, you know, I should be generous to this guy, and also I kind of wanted to see him do a longer set, see what he could do in front of an actual crowd, because you can't always tell if somebody's as good as they could be off of mics, because it's fucking a mic, you know. And he absolutely blew the crowd away at No Offense. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, dude, you're officially in the fold. Like, you're not only you're a nice dude, you're very funny, you're cool. Like, why did you seek me out? He was like, oh, because you're like the dark comedian in Austin. I was like, I feel like there's plenty of us, but like, I'll take it. I'll take it. And yeah, now like I could have just been like, I don't know who you are, and blew that dude off.
Yeah.
And instead, like, now he's maybe got even a bigger Kill
Well, he
Tony
came at you in a
potential.
cool way too, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's sometimes you meet somebody, dude, and I run into this. I'll meet somebody, and I don't know if I'm forgettable. I don't think I am.
No.
But I'll meet somebody, but I'll meet somebody, and I'll have to introduce myself to them like 5 times. And every time I interact with them, hey, man, nice to meet you. Like, dude, I swear we just talked yesterday. Now I'm telling you, I don't want to have this conversation again. So I'm not going to introduce myself to you over and over and over again.
Right.
If I'm not worth fucking remembering, then fine.
I think
We'll just
sometimes
keep it at
that's
that.
a little bit of a power play.
Yeah, well,
to-
I don't play power.
No, I mean,
play.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think if you don't play the game, you
Yeah, I don't
actually
think
are
that's
on top of
either.
it.
I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
it's stupid.
No, I think that shit's retarded.
But I've had that happen to
I'm
me.
not a
Like
fan.
people belligerently, almost like not remembering me. I'm like,
Like we just had a conversation.
Yeah.
Literally, I was.
yeah, like you don't have to remember my name,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
don't act like you know.
Well,
my
I
name
try to
unless you-
be a fairly approachable and like cool dude off stage because I think it's important, and those are the kind of people I want to work with. So I want to be that kind of person.
Sorry.
Because Stevie had a really good analogy for this. It's like she said that it's like we're all like doing our own solo thing. We're all like private contractors, but at the same time we're all kind of coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to kind of figure out like how to get along with everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't have any beef with any comics or anything, and I try to be very approachable. And people like Caleb and Luke have told me you're actually like for like at the level of whatever you're at, you're insanely approachable and nice and cool. Which I'm like, I kind of pride myself on that. I think it's a good thing, you know. I tried to be the same way in like the punk scene.
Yeah.
And stuff is, you know, it just I don't know. Nobody
it's
likes
cooler
somebody
to be that guy.
Yeah, and nobody likes somebody that's like, oh, actually, I am a kind of a person. It's like,
Well, but a lot of people do. Like people will like follow that around. Like you could be like that, and people would be like, "Ooh, like I gotta get into his fold."
If
like,
that's what you want to do, though.
it's
I mean,
not like it's not
It-
cool,
what
but
kind
that
of environment do you
exclusivity.
want? Yeah, so what kind of environment? Like, what
Yeah.
kind of people do you want around you? Do you want
Right.
people around you that actually care, or do you want people around you that just yes men?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They want to pick up your scraps.
So
like,
it's like,
yeah.
do you want dogs at your table, or do you want actual people that are cool and
yeah,
want to hang out? I don't know, man. I try to, I got the podcast, and I try to extend my friendliness to a lot of people, and it's like one time I hit up Robert Tabbitt, fucking hilarious guy. I like him a lot. Me and him can have a conversation and talk all the time, talk for long format. We did that every time I go to Woodrow's now, since I go there, we're usually hanging out, sitting at the same table.
right.
But I asked him straight up. I was like, "Hey, man, I would love to have you on my podcast." He said no. I was like, "Okay, thank you."
Okay.
I was like, "Thank you for telling me no."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'd rather you tell me no, go fuck yourself, than tell me yes and then not show up." You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
don't fucking tell me yes and then not show up and then waste my time or get my hopes up on a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, when really you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah.
say no. It's that simple. Just say no, man. I'm not interested.
No, I respect
That
the shit out of that.
straightforwardness is.
I love
refreshing.
straightforwardness. Just be fucking like, I don't know. People here And I don't know if it's like this in every scene, because I only know Dallas and I only know Austin. But Dallas, it wasn't like this. But here in Austin, it's like there's so much bullshit. And I'm like, dude,
What do you mean by bullshit?
just people like not being themselves, man. Like people just they act one way around you when you're at one mic, but then you go to Creek in the Cave, they act different because everybody's around and there's people watching. Fuck them people watching. Give them a goddamn show. Who gives a fuck? Who fucking cares?
That's
I
also
don't
why
like that, those social games.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we're all fucking trying to eat here, dude.
Yeah, well, and that's also why I don't really go to Creek to hang out that much anymore, because it feels like the fucking lunchroom in high school. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
Like, it's weird.
I'm not into that energy. I was not into that energy when I was in high school.
Yeah, me either.
Certainly
I
not
go to
now.
Creek,
I'm a
but
grown ass adult.
I go to Creek because it's a good hang. I enjoy it, and
Yeah.
usually there's good people there, and I mean, I'm a social butterfly. I've always been, and I can kind of talk to everybody. So it's like I don't have no beef with anybody, but it is like you talk to certain comedians, you're like, oh, this person, I can tell they don't want like. I'm having a conversation, but the whole time they're like looking around. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
you got
man.
somewhere to be, man.
my bad, dude. Let me just walk away. I'll go
No,
here.
they're
My bad, dude.
looking for the high profile person to talk to.
Yeah.
And I don't like that shit. It reminds me of, I mean, I was never in the LA scene or like going there to try to be an actor, but it reminds me of what I would think that is. You know, of like, oh well, I heard fucking Matt Damon's coming to this thing, so I have to.
I think
keep
that
it,
just
you know?
all of LA is like that. I don't know for sure. I'm not hating on LA, but my brother lived there for years. He wasn't in the comedy scene.
He was in the movie
But he
scene,
was in the film scene, and he was like, I had to come back. I had to get out of there because, like, yeah, I was getting a lot of jobs. He met a lot of like cool people, big names, did a lot of cool projects. But he was like, it was so soulless and vapid and like mean and cliquey. He was like, I couldn't stand it. I was depressed all the time because people just sucked.
Well,
they were just like, trying to get theirs and like kind of screw everybody. Well, it's not gonna like advance your own stuff. I think that's
You just get labeled a
poisonous
fucking.
way
You get
to
labeled
be.
a piece of shit. Like you get labeled a person that is just I don't know. You get labeled a snake, I guess. Because other people see that behavior. I mean, maybe you think you're getting one over on somebody, but somebody else is. There's always people judging, and these motherfuckers talk. There's conversations that will have your name get brought up that you're not a part of. So it's like there's always people talking. I'm in social groups where we talk about other shit about other comedians, and I'm not going to say their names, but I think it's funny, and we'll just make jokes on other fucking comedians.
Yeah.
And that's me and the people in the group that we're talking to. So it's like,
Do you
that's
feel
just
like
what
you're
we do.
talking shit? Like, is that like you feel
No, it's having fun.
cool about that?
No, I don't, because I don't. The people that we're talking to, I don't talk to them in public when I see them, so I don't feel bad because I'm not being fake with the people.
Right.
Okay.
You're not like having
wouldn't
like,
have
oh
to
hey, how you
pretend to,
doing? And then
like,
talking
be really
shit behind
friendly
your
with
back.
that
Yeah.
person.
No.
Okay.
To me, that like if we're having fun, if we're clowning on certain individuals, we're not. Hey man, how you doing to that certain individual? Because to me, that's fake as shit.
Yeah. So say one of these certain individuals, you were to come across or something like how would you
I already did. I already headbutted one.
Oh,
So,
that's not what the answer.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking
I
about.
already headbutted one. So me and him are never going to be cool.
Well, he's kind of
and
canceled
fuck that guy.
throughout the scene.
Leo, fuck you, motherfucker.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't.
So yeah,
I don't care
mean,
for him either.
it is what it is.
Okay.
Well, he lost his.
Well,
he lost his
that's like in this hypothetical scenario, you're like, no, it's not hypothetical.
Let's just call it like it is. I mean, yeah.
Oh man, okay.
So-
Well, everyone that I'm cool with, that I like, that I'm like, I think are cool and
Yeah.
funny and like worth my time, worth like me talking to, being friends with, hanging out with, do not fucking like that guy. He's a huge fan of mine. He asked me to do Maggie Mays all the time, and I would tell him no. Now that he's not doing it anymore, although I heard it's getting shut down though.
No, well,
Maggie Mays?
they're renovating.
Oh.
So what happened is they still got the sidebar open. It's a tight space. It's actually a pretty good room. It's real intimate. I like it.
I've never done it.
Either.
Yeah.
But yeah, Maggie Mays, where they were doing all the shows and the upstairs, it's not running right
Right,
Okay.
but that's not because the whole place is shutting down. They're just renovating.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're
So it'll be back. Oh,
It's-
okay.
Also, whoever that kid is that took it over, man, I
Jake, oh dude, he runs that shit non-biased. He's super cool and he's super friendly to the comedians. He's not doing this little fucking bullshit game where, oh, you know what, man, y'all are my comedians. If I see you guys talking to it, if I see y'all doing shows at fucking Maggie Mae's now that I'm banned and you're not going to get booked on any of my future shows, he don't play that shit. He's like, you know, we're all comedians. We're all trying to get fucking stage time. If you want to come bark, if you want to come hang out, you'll get up. If you want to go work with Leo, if you want to go work with Dickhead, go work with whoever the fuck you want to work with. We're all comedians trying to figure this shit out.
Right.
That's the attitude you got to have.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot.
Instead of having this is my fucking, nobody's your army. Nobody.
Yeah.
That's why you're not getting booked by any of the guys that you were booking, because they all saw past the bullshit. They were kissing your ass because you
had a venue.
Because you had a venue at the time.
Yeah.
Now you got nothing, literally.
Yeah.
So have fun with that.
Yeah. Well,
go get another venue so you can get your power back.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I feel like the people that have that kind of mindset about it, don't last.
They don't.
Yeah, they end up just like being like, oh, I have this one place that I book, and that's the only place I get stage time.
Well, that'll be the only place you ever get stage time.
Yeah.
Good
But
luck
yeah.
going on tour with that.
No, and it's crazy too, because like we talking about this guy who was not cool to me.
Yeah.
And then came back, was in Roscoe's. I'm running the bar, and I could tell like he was like, because he was like, hey man, good to see you, and I was just like, what's up, dude? Like, like, you need to eat something, you need a drink, and I could tell he was like, oh, he
realized he
remember
fucked
me.
up.
Yeah, he does remember me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like get the fuck out of my, you know what I mean, like
They can be redeemable. See, if they make an effort,
yeah,
then they can be redeemable in my book.
yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Dude, we can have a friendship. Not talking about Leo, but I'm saying other people. We can have a friendship.
Yeah,
But it's like, dude, just make an effort. You know, show me that I'm not just some fucking asshole another asshole that you see. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah.
I will say, even if they're redeemed,
Yeah.
even if they get better and they're like nice or whatever, I'm always gonna. I don't know. Maybe this is like a woman thing or
First
something. But like
impressions,
I'm always gonna remember.
Impressions, yeah.
Like, and I wanted to mention, like, not just thank you for getting me into comedy, but also like you were one of the people that before I was in comedy, you like treated me like a human being, and like
Yeah, I mean,
we
that's
weren't
just
like
like
real
that
close
a
or
lot.
nothing. But like,
Dave's
yeah.
really cool, and you're his girlfriend, so I was like, I'm gonna treat his girlfriend like I would treat, I would hope Dave would treat my
It's
wife.
like a human, like
As a human fucking being,
and I
you know?
appreciated
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because there were people I always like wallpaper, like.
Yeah.
So and I'm gonna remember that, like, because a lot of them, once I started doing comedy, and started getting a little bit booked, like started acting like I exist, and I'm like, oh, I appreciate it. I would much rather exist than not, but like.
Yeah.
I remember that you looked at me like I was wallpaper, which is to say not at all.
Just take
But
it as
still,
take it as they're virgins,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to interact with women, and a lot of them are gay, so that's another one too. So
yeah.
we're in
I don't know how to talk to gay dudes, honestly.
You just say yes.
We have one
Oh
thing
my
in common,
God.
is that we like dick. That's like, I don't know. That's pretty much. It's not a big
Dicks can be
conversation.
cool.
I guess
don't know.
it could be a conversation piece, but
Well,
I don't understand women who are like,
See,
oh, I
maybe
need
they
a
look
gay
at
best
you as a
friend.
cock block to him.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Oh, jeez.
That's all I
Have
mean.
you ever been approached like
By other gay comedians?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they like, so you and Stevie, do you ever like, I mean, you don't have to answer this question, everybody.
I mean, I talk about being in an open relationship and being bisexual on stage. Not often, but I talk about it.
Yeah.
And like, I've had two in particular be like, and I'm like, calm down, bud. We're coworkers. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was not out to be dating a comedian, and just Stevie happened to turn into a comedian while we were dating already. So
She's funny too.
Oops.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
You
shit.
killed the fucking 666 show that we booked.
That was so much fun.
No.
That was a
Thank
lot
you
of fun.
so much for letting me do that, man. That was the longest that I've done on stage.
Yeah.
That wasn't the Roscoe's mic. Still.
Yeah. The 5 minutes up top.
You've done 10 on No Offense.
You
Did I do 10?
You've done 10 on No Offense.
Oh, sweet. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
You did 20 that night.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I could tell you were just riffing a little bit, but and you were like, but you were comfortable in your
Dude,
space.
it was
you know?
that was the best set I've ever done. Still,
You were so funny.
It
that
was
was the best set I've ever
incredible.
done.
It was the best set I think I've ever seen you do.
Yeah.
For sure. But
To
yeah,
this day, it's the best set I've done.
it was great. It was fantastic. Like
Thank
I went off. I got off stage and I immediately was like, all right, I gotta go smoke a cigarette because you had to come down from the stage high, and I was upset that I didn't just stay for like the entire thing. Because when I came back in, like 4 minutes after you went up, I was just like, holy shit, he has them, and like they were dying, and every tag hit, every
Dude, I was
punchline
saying
hit.
old shit. Like I don't know what happened that night, but I was like in the fucking zone. Dude.
You were in the pocket, man.
I was in the zone, and I'll tell you what, man. I think bombing has been a big contributor to that.
Really?
Oh yeah, because
Oh, it has to be.
every time I
Essential.
bomb, I realize I don't want to feel that again. So I had a really big bomb recently. After that set, I went to the green room and did my 10 minutes, and I thought I was killing. I had some buddies show up from high school that sit at the front. I was making them laugh. I went back and watched the tape, and nobody else was laughing. Just them.
Oh,
Just my buddies from high school. And don't get me wrong. I'm doing my set. I'm doing my jokes.
Yeah.
But I'm doing this nervous shit where I'm like rubbing my forehead a lot, and I'm like, I no wonder they're not fucking laughing. I look like I don't want to be up there for some weird reason.
Yeah.
Even though I was confident, I didn't look confident up there.
Right.
So I was like, it fucked me up a little bit. Everybody was telling me, no, you did good. I was like, no, but the laughs, I didn't hear the laughs, that I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And the video. So that kind of fucked me up. So then I realized after that, because then I had a show in Houston at the Secret Group. That Mike Ryan, shout out to him for the Best of the Bucket. He put me on. That was awesome. But dude, I realized, don't take it so fucking serious. Like, at the end of the day, this is comedy. We're having a good time.
It's supposed to be fun, yeah.
Exactly. So that night at the green room, I was like making sure I had my nice shirt on. I was making sure I looked, good and all that shit. I was trying to look a certain way. I was really putting a lot into it.
Right.
And I was like, don't do that next time. Next time, just have a fucking good time.
Yeah.
Just have fun. So now when I hit the stage, I'm just having fun.
No, that's
I'll
a
even
really
open
good
up
way.
with a new bit. Fuck it.
Yeah, well, that's a really good way to look at it, man.
Yeah.
There's something really powerful about, like, if you are taking it, like, the right amount of serious, but, like, the right amount of who gives a fuck.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I really love, doing headlining, No Offense. That's my favorite times. Well, one, it's my show. People are there to see me.
Yeah.
I go on last. I get to do 25. I'm going to do a lot of jokes, but I also get to fuck around a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that's a decent amount
It's
of time.
fun to watch you get to play a little bit. I would
Yeah,
say.
because like
It's
if
fun.
I'm getting booked on a show and I have I have to do 7 minutes, it's like I don't know, I feel like I need to do 7 minutes of jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas when I'm doing 25 on No Offense, I like come out and I'm like, all right, who talked to this person? I need to know where these people are because I'll watch. Almost all of the show I watch. I'll go out and smoke cigarettes, or I'll like check in with people, make sure everything's running smoothly. But I like if somebody's doing crowd work and they found like gold.
Yeah.
I like come out and I'm like, all right. The last time we did No Offense, right before me, Caleb Barge went on. Our headliner or co-headliner dropped off in the last minute, so I just booked a bunch of other comedians. I was like, all right, well that was a 25-minute set. I'll give somebody a 5. I'll give 2 other people a 10.
Yeah.
Boom. Like now we got, like a full lineup again, and just it fell out so that Caleb was right before me, and he was just talking to this guy Timothy the whole time.
Oh yeah, shout out Timothy.
Shout out Timothy. Thanks for being such a good sport. And it was so fucking funny. Like, he was just like, "Are you a virgin?" Like, he just kept relentlessly plowing into this guy, and it was just killing. It was absolutely murdering.
Yeah.
So
especially
he just
with Timothy's friends.
Yeah,
they were really nice.
Friends
actually,
were dying.
they
and he would
talked
like
to us
try
afterwards.
to talk to him, and he was like, "What's your name?" And he's like, Marcus, and he's like, "Not as funny as Timothy. Let's talk back. Let's get back to Timothy." And it just was so fucking good and funny that like I walked out on stage, and before I did anything else, I was just like, "All right, who's Timothy?" Like, I gotta know who Timothy is. And I was like, "All right, I'm not gonna pick on you as much as the last comics, just a little bit." Like, you know, and it was just like, Jesus Christ.
He's the icebreaker. Timothy. I'm sorry, but you're the sacrificial lamb for the
for the show. Yeah.
He followed both of us on Instagram. They were nice.
Yeah, they were very nice
young
kids.
guys in their 20s going to college.
They were like, "Dude, we've been to this club." I think they said 3 or 4 times, and they were like, "And this was by far the best show." And I was like, "Thank you. That's what I like to hear." We invited them to like come to the after party at a bar with us, and Timothy was like, "No." Like,
I can't handle no more of this shit.
Yeah.
One of them.
It was cool on stage, but it ain't going to happen off stage.
Yeah, right. Don't want to be the butt of the joke all night.
Fucking Caleb wanted to be like, "Hey man,
probably would have
thanks for
like
coming
that.
out and being a good sport," and he was like, "Oh."
Timothy would have got fucked in the ass that night. That's for sure. Timothy would have got real gay with you, buddy.
Oh boy, howdy. But no, I think that's my some of my favorite times doing sets. I like longer sets. Now, obviously, because you love stage time, but you have that room to kind of play around.
Yeah, you got room to extend.
Yeah.
You can extend on your fucking bits, and sometimes you extend on your bit, and you're like, "Holy shit, dude!
Oh, I've got something else in
I
there."
got a whole bunch of shit in here. Like that's the best thing. Like that's what I was that fucking 666 show.
Mm-hmm.
I had time to extend on my shit, and I was mixing old fucking tags that I threw away that I fucking thought I forgot.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, they're actually filling in the gaps in my material. So I was like,
Nice.
this is dope.
That reminds me of the.
I wish I recorded that set. Damn, I really wish I would have. Oh,
I wish I recorded the set that I did there too. I did 25 on that show. And,
yeah, we should have just recorded the whole thing.
Yeah, we should have just recorded the whole thing.
That was a really good show.
Hindsight's 2020 and all. Our buddy Dusty showed up, and him and the girl he came with had there was no other seats but the front row, and he was like, "I do not want to sit in the front row."
They were like the biggest contributors to the left. They were laughing their asses off. So I was like, "Fucking thank God they showed up."
Yeah. Well,
I know it's a lot of staff. A couple of the staff were really cool. I feel like a couple of the staff were like a little too woke. Yeah, like I'm just at work right now.
But dude, once he was sitting up front and he's like, I'm on the stage, and he's where your beer can is. I was just like, this whole set's going right to Dusty's face. And he just was like, he couldn't look at me for half the set. And he was just laughing so hard, being like, Jesus fucking Christ, Dave, that's the joke. Fuck. And he's a fucked up little crust punk like me, so we have a very similar. Not little, fucked up large crust punk like me, and so he's got a very similar sense of humor. And I was just like, I'd be like, and then I would drop the punchline, and he'd just be like, Jesus fucking Christ, like I'd be like, yes.
That was a good night, man. Is your No Offense show? Is it the only like dark show that they got at Roscoe's right now? Because it seems like it's the only one.
At Roscoe's? Audrey's is kind of. The Misfits,
Audrey's is the Outcast only.
Shit, sorry.
I guess that's it's more like for like people that don't really fit into a box, more edgy,
dark,
oddball kind of stuff than dark necessarily. Well, and my show's not even really like a strictly dark comedy show. Yeah. It's my show, so it's gonna be dark.
Yeah. I think it was offensive.
Yeah.
It's like what it's in the.
It's in the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna be offensive, so no offense, But I don't know. Like I feel like I'm pretty consistently the darkest comedian on my show. Yeah. Because I try to book a variety of people and not have it just be dark one-liners for every fucking set. You know what I mean? Because I feel
Celia
like
maybe was darker.
That's fair. She's dark as fuck. Holy shit.
I'm like the least dark, maybe.
She just fucks her off and it gets dark.
I had Jake Baker, you know.
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, he has some dark
Alright,
stuff too,
yeah,
but
fair.
like,
I love the school fucking kids. Oh, that's so funny, man. Talking about that's
it's really good
that's
stuff.
such a good fucking bit.
Oh
I
my
don't wanna
God.
butcher it, but it's so good. It kills me every time I hear it.
Yeah, no, he's very funny too, and he's on the High Tonight show with me tonight also.
Oh, nice.
And there's other people like I've had Heath Underhill on. No offense.
Okay.
And he has some dark stuff, but I think your dark stuff it comes off darker because it's sad and accurate.
Yeah. Oops. I've literally, what I have done, 'cause not all my stuff is like that, but I do have some darker material. I try
Yeah.
to pull it for when you have me. And one of the last times I did a set of like all my darker material, it was like half the crowd was laughing because they understood because they're broken, and the other half was like, oh no, oh no, is she okay? Like
It was
literally,
exciting.
like yeah, like I heard people saying it, like, oh my god. Like, I was like, I'm fine. God damn it.
Yeah.
I didn't kill myself. I'm here.
No, it cracks me up when the audience gets concerned for people because my parents saw me at Roscoe's
Okay, bad. I was like, I don't want to stress
do
you guys out.
do a 10-minute set on when Roscoe still had the Dark Show, and
Oh yeah, so they did have.
they had one that was kind of tailored to me and Celia, basically.
Yeah.
Audrey would get on that one sometimes too because she's got some darker stuff. Her stuff is a little more edgy than just strictly dark. On Celia's, Jesus Christ, she's dark as fuck. It's impressive, and most of it is. I mean, there's jokes in there, but most of it's just honest. She's just talking about her life.
Dude, she's been through some shit, dude.
Yeah, it was wild when we were on.
She is
I was on
wild,
her
man.
podcast.
She's wild.
She was like, all right, so it's called Surviving with Celia, so like, trauma dump on me. And I was like, okay. You want to start when I was a kid and just work through? And I think at like 45 minutes in, she was like, this is incredible. I never thought I'd have a guest on my podcast that had a sadder life than me. And I was like,
That's a lot coming from Celia, dude.
yeah. Well, and like, we like cried about like her miscarriages and my dead son and stuff, and hugged like after the podcast, and she was like, fuck dude, like you're like, you get it, like I feel like seen, I feel like nobody else really understands, I can't talk about it honestly with people, you want to be like friends for life. And I was like, I think that just happened, dude.
Yeah.
Like I think we're friends for life now, let's go get a fucking beer about it.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was really cool.
Sweet.
She's a good girl, man. Like, the fact that she keeps such a positive attitude too. Like she's like people that have a traumatic upbringing, like yourself or like Celia, or I like to say I got a little bit, but it's like we could be assholes, man.
Yeah.
Just because of the shit we've been through, we could be complete fucking dicks and kind of be justified for it.
Right.
But it's like these people but it's like the people that had a fucking good mommy and daddy at home and that told their mom, fuck you mom, I don't care, I'm not doing my homework, fuck you. Those are the guys that are the assholes, and they're like, dude, you've never been slapped in the fucking face, like, you just need to get your ass kicked. That's all you need to get the fuck beat out of you. That's what
You need some trauma.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need your parent to die or something.
yeah. I like to say that those are the kind of people that have a face that begs for a fist.
Oh my god, dude.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know, it's crazy too. And I feel like I'd say probably 80% of comics have like something fucked up.
Oh yeah.
You know
definitely.
what I mean?
There's a reason we get on stage and do what we do.
Yeah.
Bombing sucks, man.
Oh my god,
Bombing
it's the worst.
fucking sucks.
It's like getting broken up with or cheated on.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing I can compare the feeling to.
Ugh.
It's like, oh, you just don't like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me.
It's
I don't
me you
know
don't
why.
like.
Yeah.
And it's rough. It sucks. But to your point that you made earlier, it is very important because I've watched.
Unless you're delusional. No, you know. let's be honest, man. There's comedians, and I'm not gonna say names. You know, I like the guys. They're cool dudes. I dab them up. They're cool guys, personality wise, and you know, yeah, man. You know, I'm talking about, man. I just did an impersonation.
Oh, no.
But it's like, dude, you would be funny if you had jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
But you go up there and it's like you're riffing all the time, and you never say the same shit on stage, and 9 times out of 10 you're bombing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, dude, if you would actually just write a fucking couple bangers, or keep the shit that gets laughs, and just keep doing that,
Yeah.
and then keep riffing, keep finding material, because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right, yeah.
But keep the shit that makes people laugh. Don't throw that shit
Reset
away.
every time.
Yeah, don't don't factory reset every time you go on stage. It's like, I don't know, man. There's some people, and then they come off and they bomb, and it's like, I don't know if people are telling them good set or good job or not, but then they'll come over and like, yeah, man, I killed. I like, what?
Did you?
You killed?
We were in the
I don't
same
think
room.
I've ever said that about myself.
Me
Even
neither.
like when I do good,
Me
I'm
neither.
like, was that okay?
There's
Like I
always
feel
something
like that
could
was
be better. There's
that
always
was-
something that could have been better.
Yeah,
right.
always.
Of course.
Well, yeah, and I've had, sets where I for sure killed, and it's like, then I go back and listen to it, or I go back and watch it, and I find shit where I'm like, I fucked that up, I fucked this up, I could have done this better, and I think it's important to have that, like, sort of critical thing.
Self-awareness.
Well, self-awareness.
Self-reflection.
Yeah.
Self-analysis.
Because there's comics that I'm friends with. They're cool dudes, and then I've seen him murder, but usually I'm just like, man, there's something in there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like you, but God,
You killed
damn,
with the
bro.
open micers, man, but that shit would not fly in a room, like on a
Yeah,
big,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
and that's, I think,
That's
the
the other
test.
that's the yin and yang, man. It's like that's the I don't know, man. That's the devil's advocate. Is like you can be killed. You can be a bad motherfucker amongst the open micers because they like you. We all know each other. You know?
Right, we get your sense of humor, we see your shine.
Exactly.
You know,
But then you get on front of a stage where you have an actual audience where
don't get all your stupid inside jokes.
exactly. So it's like
Don't understand why it's funny when you go spooky.
yeah. So it's like, dude, you gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out.
I
So
feel
fun.
like that makes it like I'm curious what answer you guys have for me with that, because like if you can't really tell how good you're doing open mics, but doing open mics is how you get better, how you do new material, how you get tighter, how you start like developing and getting to where you can get booked and stuff, but it's so different. Like, how do you reconcile that? Because like if that's the case, then why are open mics helpful
Oh my god! If
at
you
all?
could-
You're
if
just
you
like
could figure
shouting
it out and
into
write
the
a book about
void
it, make $1
of,
million.
of like other open
I have an
micers.
answer. Do you have one? I have one.
Yeah. Let's hear yours first.
Okay, variety. Go to variety. Go to places.
Okay.
Like I love Shooters Mic, which is in Cedar Park.
Okay.
Hosted by Maggie Mayfield. Oh my God, dude, it's the best mic. It's one of the best mics in town.
Okay.
And then after that, you got Anderson Mill Pub, which is the best mic in my open mic wise. It's the best open mic in town.
Okay.
Anderson Mill Pub is one of them rooms. It's a bar room, so you're battling the game. You're battling what's
Okay.
going on at the bar.
Yeah.
And the people there, if you're funny, they'll laugh. If you're not funny, they'll just tune you out. Sometimes they'll tell you you suck.
Oh,
which is
my
great.
God. Okay.
I love that.
Yeah, because you're getting feedback.
It's not good, but you're getting feedback.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to go to places where you think you could ball. Like don't go to
Okay.
don't always have your home field advantage.
Okay.
Sometimes it's good to go somewhere where you're a little uncomfortable. The crowd might be a little different than what you're used to, and just try it out, see how you do.
Okay.
Like I used to in Dallas, I would go to gay rooms. I'm not gay. I sound like I sound.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they didn't fuck with me, but I still went because I wanted to make them laugh.
Right.
I went and did Scientology. The Church of Scientology does an open mic once a month.
You did it?
I did it, and I had a great set. I had a great set. I murdered that shit.
That's incredible.
What?
Yeah.
They just let you do
Well,
your jokes?
they told me PG-13. I bought it. I was like, okay, I got some clean shit. I'm working out, so I did my cleanest shit. I did do a foot fetish joke. I ended it on that. And that one they gave me the lot when I did that, but it fucking went good. I did my Hershey's bit. I got like a bunch of little one-liners. You've heard my shit, and it went great. So I was like, hell yeah, this. I like doing fucking bits in front of. I like having weird rooms. I will fucking.
Yeah.
If there's a fucking synagogue, I'll do it in a synagogue. We went to a
kid's birthday party.
We went to a satanic fucking spot, and we did
cafe.
And we had a great time.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not opposed to fucking going in front of anybody. I'll fucking perform in front of a gay crowd, a straight crowd, a trans crowd. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm trying to make everybody laugh.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying?
I love
so
that.
that's you have to have material for everybody.
Yeah, because if you only ever do the creek, and you killed the creek,
what
you
happens?
have no idea how you're gonna do in the rest of
Exactly.
Like,
Right.
So what happens when you get booked? Okay, somebody sees you killing at the creek. You're comfortable at the creek. Okay, well somebody's from New York is like, dude, I love your set in the creek. I need you to come to a club in my club in New York. You go to New York, you're not used to that. You're not used to going diversifying, so now you're going to be scared.
Yeah.
And then you're going to eat dick because you let it get in your head.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with the green room. When I had that bomb, I let that shit get in my head. I was so worried about everything else going perfect.
Right.
I need to go by my set list. I need to do this joke, this joke, this joke, this joke. I had a set list, and I was like, it needs to go this way, the way I wrote it down. I forgot fucking my set list while I was up there. That's why I fucking was rubbing my forehead and just killing with my friends.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck it. Don't take it so goddamn seriously.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
That's really good
Have
advice,
fun.
man.
No, I love that.
It's comedy. Have a good time. Yeah.
Where's Anderson Mill Pub? What night is that one on?
It's on Tuesday.
It's on Tuesday.
Cedar Park, Anderson Mill Road, dude. It is a gym, dude. It's a gym. It's a gym.
Yeah. We talked about it when I was on your podcast.
Yeah.
I still have yet to do it.
Dude, you gotta come with me.
I like to go check it out.
I would love to do it. Let's see
Should
if
we
I
go?
can not work.
What time is it?
It's the 10-minute mic at Roscoe's this Tuesday, isn't it? Or is it the first Tuesday?
Oh, I think you might be working.
No, those are 30 or 31 days in September.
30.
30. Yeah, so it's the first. Yeah, I could probably do it this Tuesday.
Okay. Just let me know. I'll come pick you up.
Hell yeah! Well, if I can,
we'll do it.
We'll make it a thing.
Because what I do is I like to go to Shooters, I like to go to Anderson Mill, and then I like to come back downtown. Because I love hitting downtown. As much as I go north, as much as I go everywhere, you got to come to downtown. Because downtown is where the killers are at.
Yeah, it's the hub.
That's where the fucking sharks are at. That's where fucking you're going to see the people that are in there. I met fucking David Cross. He was in town. And I went up to him and had the most anxiety fucking conversation with him. I was like, dude, I loved you in Small Soldiers. You're fucking awesome. Yes. And then I walked off like a fucking weirdo. But
He probably appreciated that you didn't try to hang around.
I did. I wanted to, but I was like, he had a bunch of people around him, and I kind of cut him off when I shook his hand. So I was like, I'm just gonna fucking shake your hand and fuck off.
I mean, that's my move, man.
Yeah.
The only person, everyone seemed to appreciate it. All comics of status and whatnot. The only person that is just from the little blurb that I said, and then I was like, that's it, and I'll leave you be. Yeah. It was like, no, you're gonna hang out with me for a while.
I know what you're gonna say.
It's Duncan Trussell.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's
I would love
dope.
to meet Duncan.
Because one of his really good friends, Jason Louv, is my magic mentor. I took his classes and I've read his books and stuff, and it's like magic is basically meditation with pageantry. But so I practiced this guy's stuff, and I got introduced to him through Duncan Trussell's podcast. So I was just like, hey man, big fan of your stuff. Just wanted to say thank you for introducing me to my magic mentor. And he's like, you know Louv? And I was like, yeah, he's the guy. I take his classes and stuff. And he was like, holy shit, we gotta hang out. Can I buy you a beer? And I was like,
cool.
Yeah. He was like, cool. We hung out for like 2.5 hours and told me a story about how Jason Luke spoke Anunnaki in front of him. And it was fucking wild and all this crazy shit. He was just riffing on it for a while. He was like, it's like, what's your meditation practice, man? You know, we got like into this whole thing. And I could see, it was kind of funny in retrospect. As I was like saying that to him, and he got all excited and was like, let me buy you a beer, let's hang out for a little bit. I could see the other 3 or 4 comics that were talking to him being like, fuck. He was just like hyper focused on hanging out with me for a second. And I was like, alright, cool, man.
They were like, damn, now I gotta go fucking play on my phone. Let me look around.
Yeah.
Any other big names in here?
Yeah. Anybody else? Any other big dicks I can suck?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's so fucking funny.
Ugh.
Well, so here's what I agree with Tony's answer to you have to bomb. You have to know what's different between a real audience and just an audience full of open mic comics. Diversify, obviously.
I've been scared of doing that. I'm not gonna lie.
It's scary.
What, going to new places, trying out new mics, that kind of stuff?
It's scary.
Yeah. That's the point.
That's when I get nervous. Like,
Well, I was
I
gonna
said, I
say-
don't get nervous anymore, but when I do go to, like, I did a black room, because there's a black room in Austin. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Where?
There's a fucking black room.
What-
Shout out to Mark Pugh for putting me on it. The potluck.
The potluck.
Yeah, it's a chicken
I
spot.
thought that
Imagine
was,
that.
Yeah, I thought it was a chicken.
Imagine that.
I thought that was a trailer. They got a brick and mortar.
No, they got a fucking building over there on
Oh,
Riverside.
hell yeah. Good for them.
So it's
No
literally
shit.
right beside the fucking.
I fucking
Yeah,
crush
dude,
in
so-
black rooms, dude.
Oh.
I miss a black room.
Dude,
I don't know if a Philly black room and a
Literally hit up the potluck. Like,
I've heard
the
their
dude
wings
that
are-
books it. He runs the social media.
Cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So you
yeah.
just gotta hit them up on Instagram. But anyways, yeah, man, that's a black room, and I was so happy to hear that because I haven't done a black room since I got to left Dallas. So
Yeah.
I got to do a black room. Fucking killed it the 3 times I've done it, and yeah,
Nice.
it's a good time.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fine.
I love a black room.
I've
Because,
never
like,
done one. I
they're
don't know if
like,
they would like me.
well, first of all, making
I like them.
making black
I don't
people
know if they
laugh
like
is
me.
the best feeling in the entire world.
Oh, dude, when they laugh, they use their whole body to laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you can get somebody to run out of the room because they're laughing so hard, you feel like a god. It's
Yeah.
like insane. I remember the first time I killed in a black room back in Philly, and like dudes in the front row got up and ran around and then sat in different chairs. I was like, what the fuck just happened? That's incredible.
That's the cutest thing.
They got up, clapping, they ran around, and then they sat back down in a different order. I was like, I just made them play fucking musical chairs with a joke. That's incredible. It made me so fucking happy. God, I miss that shit. That's incredible. It's
You
literally
should check
the
out
best feeling
Potluck
ever.
too. Cool. When
Yeah.
you say Mark Pugh?
Mark Pugh, yeah, shout out to him. He's very funny.
Fuck yeah.
Very funny comedian out of Louisiana.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Louisiana.
All of the Louisiana comics that I know are from Louisiana that I've met have been delightful.
Dallas Irvin, the Poetic Butcher.
Those are the only 2 I can think of, but they're delightful.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
PB gave me one of the
Absolute
best
precious human
compliments I've ever gotten from a comic. We were outside of Velve. I think it was about to go on, and he just caught my set, and I was like smoking a cigarette outside of the Velveeta room, and he was like, "Dave, you and me, we could go up there and tell dick jokes and fart jokes too." I don't know, I'm doing it.
Yeah, you
Fucking
lost
up.
it. That's okay.
I almost had it at the beginning. But he's like, "Well, we playing the long game.
You found it again.
We doing something different." And I was like, "Yeah, we are." And he was like, because I could go up on stage and I could tell dick jokes and oh my. The thing about dating is, and I do like Tinder jokes, but they always end with me being a serial killer.
You
or
should
something.
talk about this shit about me. I've noticed that's another very popular thing for people to
Just go up and talk shit about their
romantic
serial
partner.
killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I think it's a little trashy.
Whatever gets a laugh.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
Yeah.
I do it, but that's usually when I'm frustrated with you and I need to talk about it.
Yeah. I pointedly do not do it. I don't.
That's fair. I mean,
Because I don't want to get into a fight with you later about it.
No, it was on stage.
I don't want to.
Is on stage.
Okay,
that's
well.
fair.
All right.
Alright.
Claws out.
Oh shit.
I don't give a shit what you do on stage.
We'll see.
This podcast has turned into a fucking MMA bout.
Oh shit. No, I don't know. Whatever.
No, I'm a sweet little kitten. That's all good.
No, it's, the difference is I can take a joke. It's crazy, you know. All right, that was intentionally mean. Yeah, no, I would say yes.
I do the straight man too hard sometimes, and like people actually
important thing
freaked out.
for knowing if your material is actually going to work. One, diversify is amazing.
Yeah, that's really good place.
Two, if you can see open micers visibly get like, fuck, that's a good joke. Like if people,
Sometimes.
huh?
Sometimes.
Well, in my experience at least, when I
If they're,
go
like,
up on
upset that
stage,
they didn't think of it. Is that?
yes, when they're like,
yeah.
shit,
I have a couple.
God,
where
that's
he's
a
like,
good fucking
I'm
joke.
mad that I didn't think of that joke.
Um,
That's a good joke. Probably.
And the other way that you'll know if it'll work in front of an audience is if you run it by the comics that you're close to and you trust.
I do try to do that. That one I do.
That's the most important
That one
thing for me.
I
At
do
least.
try.
I do feel like that's important, having a good community. Like having a good like friend, like or 2 or 3 friends. You ain't gotta. You just as long as one person's funny in your in your group. You know, I understand not some of these open micers they get stuck with people that are unfunny. So it's like find somebody that's funny, then make them your friend, and don't be that asshole that's always running jokes by them. But you know, have them. Hey
Sometimes,
man, you
like,
might
hey,
watch
I've been struggling with this bit. Like,
sometimes
I
you
mean,
just
like-
might punch it up, or just have a conversation. You know?
Yeah,
Sometimes you can
Dallas, Caleb, Luke. These are guys that we're friends with. We hang out with
Yeah.
all the time, and we all are perpetually running bits by each other.
Yeah.
And that's an asset. Like I can't fucking even describe how much of an asset that
Let me ask you guys this: like, so we're in the scene, and I
Mhm.
imagine whoever was watching this is probably in the scene with us.
is.
So,
Or like fans of ours, or
yeah. So and they're probably familiar with some of the.
or my
things that
mom. My mom tends to watch this a lot.
Who would you
At
say,
her own
like,
risk.
in the scene, like an up and comer that you would see, like you see a lot of potential in? Like for me, it's AJ Valentine. I think he's one of those guys that could really do something once he figures out.
He's got something.
'Cause
yeah.
he's
I don't know
funny, dude.
what
I've
it
seen
is.
him kill.
and he's different.
Yeah,
It's
he's got the
it's
look.
something
He's got the
different.
look.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I don't know what it is that he has, but he has something. And I think I'm a huge fan of AJ. He is so strange and so funny and so unique, and he makes me laugh all the time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if the world is ready for him, but he's got something.
Yeah.
I was out. It was right before I did Ben Williams and Friends at
Yeah.
Blindside, and he was working the door at one of the bars, and the interaction
He
with him was
stopped us.
so strange.
Yeah.
He stopped us, invited us in for a drink,
He's weird as fuck. Dude.
introduced himself to us, and
Yeah.
we're like, "We know who the fuck you are, AJ." And he's
Yeah.
just like, "I don't know who that is," and we're like, "Fucking weirdo, man! I love it."
He's interested. Dude.
Yeah, and I put a fucking smile on my face, and I think I probably had a better set just because he did some weird shit.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that I feel like keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on him.
Now this guy is probably, I mean, my go-to every time is Alex Olinger, but I think he's, I wouldn't consider him a micer anymore.
Yeah, he's definitely a seasoned comedian, I'd say.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, he doesn't get booked nearly as much as he deserves. He's fucking incredible.
I got one.
But for like micers, I would say probably Corinne Aaliyah.
Corinne, yeah, she's funny.
Trip
Jeez.
Callahan.
Oh yeah, Trip is a fucking murderer.
Yeah.
He's
pretty
also
good.
got such an easy laugh and such a fun laugh, and he's one of those people that if he's at the mic, I'll know if my set was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
He's also like, I don't have a lot of comics, like every now and then it'll happen, but like he'll come up and he'll be like, I really liked this specific joke, what about this tag or something like that, like, and I think that's cool because it's not like it's like you listened, you paid attention to my set, you liked it enough that you remembered a specific bit just at a mic, and you were like, that's really funny, have you thought about this? Like, I love that.
I do. See, I like when people offer me tags.
I do
like
too.
it when people come up to me and they're like, man, I like that bit, like, what if you said this? Because that then, like you said, you know they're listening. You know they're wanting to help you out. They're wanting to insert their idea into your joke because they like it that much.
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, it's a compliment. You don't even have to use the
you
tag.
don't have to.
You
Yeah,
don't gotta
the
use
tag's
it.
not always going to be really good.
Yeah.
Although I feel like Trip's usually pretty good, but
Yeah.
like,
But some people, like, I've had people give me terrible tags, and I'm like, dude, thank you for just the idea that now I can, if I want to take it in this direction, I can.
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean,
I've gotten
that's cool. I've offered tags, and I've had people stop using bits because I gave them tags that I guess were good, or they just didn't. And I was like, damn, you quit doing the whole bit because I gave you a fucking tag, dude? Like,
that's
crazy.
too sensitive.
Yeah, that's too sensitive. Yeah.
So
Like, if
now
you don't
when
like it, just don't use it.
Yeah.
Well, Pat Dean said something to me where he was like,
He's one of my favorites in the
Oh,
scene.
dude,
It's not an open
he's
micer, though.
yeah, he's fucking incredible. And Audrey Scott was like, Dave, your opener, you know, I'm blowing this fucking guy and he fucking dies or whatever, you know, because it came and went. And I think it's a funny, quick, silly joke to like break the tension, and then I like go into my
And to kind of let them know this is where we're going.
yeah, this is where we're going.
Yeah.
And
Get ready, buckle up.
and Audrey was like, your opener is like very similar to a bar joke. I don't know if you should do it anymore. And Pat Dean was, you know, we were outside of Roscoe's smoking cigarettes. And Pat Dean goes, fucking who gives a shit? There's no rules. Do whatever you want. Whatever works, do that.
Yeah.
It works. Dave, that opener works. Keep doing it. When you want to. When you don't want to do it, don't fucking do it. But if you want to do it, do it. And Audrey was like, oh, okay. Like, and it was like, yeah, because I mean, you know, I don't know. I've been doing comedy almost twice as long as Audrey, but she doesn't consider me to like be older in comedy than her. She still gives me fucking advice all the time, which is fine. I'll take it from anybody.
Hey man, some people need to feel important. I get it.
Yeah. But Pat Dean is like Pat Dean,
Shut up,
so
Audrey.
like, yeah,
No,
no,
she's
we're all goofing. She actually had a fantastic set at No Faces
I
or
was
New
proud,
Faces
proud
last
of
night.
her. She won. She did a good job.
No, she's funny.
Yeah.
She's got her own
Hang
style.
it around for everybody.
She's got that Epstein bit that I don't like the Epstein bit. I think she just dropped it. Does she still do that one?
Which one?
The Epstein about man, it's the one.
It's show business, baby.
To me, Epstein is so
I don't like
overplayed.
that one, but
To me, Epstein is so overplayed
I like
because
most of
you know it's like it happened a long time ago. Let's just let the shit go at this point. Let's talk shit about Diddy now.
Well,
yeah, I do like I like the tying Diddy and Epstein together bits. I
Yeah.
feel like can kind of work.
I have one
because
that's like that.
yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But like, you know, because there's a lot of, you know, trafficking kind of stuff. There's a lot of overlap there, and they're staying in the same. You know, they're in the same cell, in the same
Did
jail.
y'all hear about J Lo? Apparently,
Oh,
J Lo was like
God.
a super freak. Like she was in and all that shit. Like she knew about it. She was down with all of it, and was helping him arrange everything.
Really?
So, yeah.
God
Which
damn
makes
it.
sense, you know. I mean, they were together for what? A long time.
J-Lo and P. Diddy.
I hate the timeline that we're on. It keeps getting like, I know like things are getting better, and I try to remember that. You know, like we're just things are getting exposed, and we see shit from all over the world. It's
Shout
like
out Cat Williams, fucking
yeah.
exposing everybody.
But like,
Beginning of the
like
fucking
damn.
just went on Shannon Sharp's podcast and just started fucking exposing everybody, dude.
Can things
That
just
shit
like
was
be better
wild.
already? I would like for it to just already be rooted out. Like,
Oh, it's not
I
even
hate-
really
I hate-
started.
I know. I know.
You
The
got so
thing
much
is,
more.
like, there's always going to be another Diddy. You know, there's always going to be another guy that's behind the scenes doing sex parties and trying to get people on blackmail and all this shit. So
I'm glad it's being exposed. Should we take a pause?
Yeah, I think we're gonna take a pee and smoke break.
Pause for pause.
We're already over an hour. We're doing good. I felt like
I'm having
20
a great
minutes.
time. All right, see y'all in a minute.
All right, we'll be back.